In 1983, Marvel published a comic about a pig being bitten by a radioactive hairdryer. That was the official origin. Spider-Ham, whose real name was Peter Porker, wasn't designed to anchor storylines or build mythology. He was a parody experiment, a playful exaggeration of Marvel's biggest heroes turned into animal puns. Duck Doom, Hulk Bunny, Captain Americat. It was satire, a one-off joke. And well, it should have ended there. But readers loved it. The absurdity struck. Spider-Ham ran for 17 issues, quietly building a niche audience before disappearing into Marvel's vault of forgotten experiments. For years, he lived as a punchline. Then, the multiverse cracked open. Spider-Verse pulled Spider-Ham back into continuity. Suddenly, that parody pig stood beside Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. Then in 2018, Into the Spider-Verse launched him into theaters worldwide. Voiced by John Mulaney, he became instantly recognizable to a new generation. A character born from an atomic hairdryer joke became cinematic canon. Marvel never planned him. They just couldn't kill the joke. But Spider-Ham wasn't the first accidental cult hit. That title belongs to Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck first appeared in 1973 inside A Man-Thing story. He wasn't meant to headline anything. He wandered in from another dimension, talking like a cranky old man trapped in a world he didn't understand. He was a side gag. Readers loved him. So, Marvel leaned in. Howard the Duck got his own solo series. He ran for president in a satire campaign that blurred into real-world politics. Buttons were printed. Media covered it. The comic leaned hard into social commentary, consumerism, and political absurdity. Then, everything collapsed. Creative disputes, legal battles, a disastrous 1986 live-action film that nearly buried Howard the Duck permanently. He wasn't meant to survive any of it, but he did. Over time, Howard the Duck drifted through cameos, alternate realities, and eventually post-credit scenes in the MCU. Always sarcastic, always misplaced, always stubbornly alive. A throwaway duck became one of Marvel's strangest survivors. Then, Marvel introduced something even stranger. Squirrel Girl. In 1991, Steve Ditko and Will Murray created Doreen Green, a teenage girl with squirrel powers and a massive tail. In her first appearance, Squirrel Girl defeated Dr. Doom using squirrels. It was meant to be ironic. She vanished for years because no one knew where she fit. Too silly for serious arcs, too upbeat for darker storylines. Then something interesting happened. She kept winning. Over time, Squirrel Girl defeated MODOK. She defeated Deadpool. She defeated Thanos. Marvel confirmed the victories as official continuity. The joke stopped being satire. It became canon. By 2015, the unbeatable Squirrel Girl launched a solo run that lasted 58 issues, an impressive number in modern comics. She wasn't edgy, she wasn't tragic. She was optimistic, intelligent, and undefeated. Marvel created her as a gimmick. She became proof that tone doesn't define strength. But not all mistakes are comedic. Some are corporate. Dazzler. Dazzler wasn't born from storytelling ambition. She was born from a marketing deal. In 1979, Marvel partnered with Casablanca Records to create a disco superhero who would exist both in comics and real-world music. The plan included albums, a movie, modeling campaigns, the works. Then, the deal fell apart. The album stalled. The film never happened. The marketing strategy shifted constantly. But the comic was already in motion. Dazzler debuted during the Dark Phoenix saga. Her first solo issue sold over 400,000 copies. Now, Marvel had a glowing roller skating pop star with light-based powers and no music career to support her. So they pivoted. Allison Blair became a mutant struggling between fame and heroism. And over time, Dazzler joined the X-Men, battled cosmic threats, and outlasted the corporate deal that created her. A failed cross-promotion turned into decades of continuity. Then came a character who didn't even start as a character. Gwenpool. In 2015, Marvel released a series of Gwen Stacy variant covers. One of them showed her wearing Deadpool's costume, and it was just a pun. There wasn't a backstory, no comic. Fans asked where they could read her adventures, and she didn't have any. So, Marvel invented her retroactively. Writers created Gwendolyn Poole, a Marvel fan from the real world who somehow fell into the comics. Gwenpool knew secret identities. She broke the fourth wall. She jumped between panels. She wrote scenes mid-story. Her powers weren't physical. They were narrative. Gwenpool survived because she understood comic logic better than the characters around her. What began as a variant cover joke evolved into one of Marvel's most self-aware creations. Then, there's the character nobody knew how to use. Rocket Raccoon. In 1976, writer Bill Mantlo created a talking raccoon named after the Beatles song. The original version of Rocket Raccoon lived on Half-World, a bizarre psychiatric colony run by robots and genetically altered animals. It barely connected to mainstream Marvel. Sales were weak, readers were confused. Rocket Raccoon disappeared for nearly 20 years. Then, cosmic storylines needed oddballs. Writers dusted him off for Annihilation Conquest and placed Rocket Raccoon into a new Guardians of the Galaxy lineup. This time, it worked. Sarcastic, tactical, loyal beneath the attitude. By 2014, Rocket Raccoon stood on movie posters, voiced by Bradley Cooper, part of a billion-dollar franchise. A character once shelved for being too strange became essential. Then came a mistake that wasn't strange. It was brutal. The Punisher. The Punisher debuted in The Amazing Spider-Man number 129 in 1974 as a hired gun targeting Spider-Man. He wore a skull on his chest and carried heavy artillery. He wasn't meant to last, but readers disagreed. Frank Castle's ruthlessness resonated during a crime-heavy era. Marvel gave the Punisher another appearance, then a miniseries, then multiple ongoing titles. He became the symbol of the anti-hero movement. No superpowers, no mercy. Over time, the Punisher grew beyond comics. His skull logo appeared in real-world culture, sparking controversy and forcing Marvel to rethink how he was portrayed. He was never supposed to survive one arc. He became a franchise. Then came a character who wasn't just a mistake. He was almost a copy. Deadpool. Deadpool debuted in 1991 in New Mutants number 98. His design resembled DC's Deathstroke. Even his name, Wade Wilson, mirrored Slade Wilson. He wasn't meant to be iconic. But fans, they responded. Writers leaned into the absurdity. Deadpool gained fourth wall awareness. He mocked his own creators. He turned storytelling into chaos. The more Marvel let Deadpool break the rules, the stronger he became. Then, Ryan Reynolds pushed for a film adaptation. A leaked test reel exploded online. The 2016 R-rated Deadpool movie shattered expectations. A parody assassin became a franchise anchor. But even that wasn't Marvel's biggest accidental success. That title belongs to Venom. Venom. In 1982, a fan suggested Spider-Man should have a sleek black costume. Marvel bought the idea for $220. The suit debuted in Secret Wars number 8. At first, it was just a visual upgrade. Then it became alien. Then it became angry. When Peter rejected it, writers asked what would happen if the alien bonded with somebody else, and that somebody else was Eddie Brock. The rage fused. Venom emerged, bigger, stronger, twisted. Issue number 300 became a phenomenon. Venom grew into anti-hero territory, spawned Carnage, Toxin, and Null, and eventually headlined major films. All because of a fan submission. And still, Marvel's greatest mistake stands above them all. Wolverine. Wolverine debuted in Incredible Hulk number 180 as a government agent with sharp gloves. No tragic backstory, no adamantium skeleton, no deep mythology. He was a gimmick. Then he joined Giant-Size X-Men number 1. Chris Claremont expanded him. Artists layered mystery and trauma onto him. Readers connected. Marvel even considered writing Wolverine out early on. Instead, he became the face of the X-Men. Then the face of Marvel. Weapon X, Japan arcs, solo runs, Hugh Jackman's 17-year portrayal on screen. Wolverine wasn't planned. He evolved. And that's the pattern here. Spider-Ham, Howard the Duck, Squirrel Girl, Dazzler, Gwenpool, Rocket Raccoon, The Punisher, Deadpool, Venom, and Wolverine weren't engineered to dominate. They were accidents. Fan letters, corporate gambles, throwaway villains, parody experiments. And yet here they are, some of the most recognizable names in comic history. So maybe the real question is how many mistakes Marvel made? It's how many legends are still hiding inside the next one.